lot of people have various questions that come up from time to time regarding what is this going to cover, what is it going to not cover, how is it going to be impacted from the government, and so I really appreciate that fine presentation that he gave. And what I want to do now is kind of turn to the issue about what can you do? What can you do to help get school choice in California? You know, as Doug shared, we're all volunteers. We're all working toward getting school choice on the ballot and getting it to become a reality in this state. But the bottom line is that we've got a lot of, we have a lot of people who do not want school choice in this state who will be fighting this tooth and nail to prevent it, including teachers' unions, government officials. There will be lots of people who will be trying to stop this. So we have got to put forth a full-fledged effort as we the people will try to get school choice in the state, because we cannot rely on our legislature, we cannot rely on our governor to get this accomplished. It is going to have to be something that we the people initiate, and that has to be done through the ballot initiative process. So the first step that we have to do, as Doug was sharing, is we need to first get people to learn about school choice, and that's part of the education process we're doing. But we also want to encourage people to sign the pre-petition. And as you see here on this website, on the top right-hand corner, you'll see these top bars. There's a sign the petition button that you can go to. Our school choice website is www.californiaschoolchoice.org. And if you click on the pre-petition sign, you can sign the petition. This is not an actual formal petition. It is what we call a pre-petition, and that will allow us to get a database of supporters who are in support of school choice, so that next fall, when we're actually ready to collect the wet signatures on paper, we can send out notifications and tell people we have the school choice initiative ready to go, ready to get people to sign. And so right now we're in the process of accumulating a list of supporters. And this is not a list that's being shared with any other group or anything like this. But we do need to be able to get mobilized very quickly once we have this initiative approved by the state. So you can also sign the pre-petition on paper that we have out here in our foyer. In this area, we have those on the table if you'd like to do that. Or you can just do it directly here on the website. So signing the pre-petition is very, very important. Next slide. Now the other thing that you can do is share. It's very important to use social media. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not much into social media, but this is the way of the future. This is the way a lot of young people are communicating. So we do need to get onto Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and these type of platforms to be able to share the message of school choice. And what's more powerful to do is to share articles that you've seen on our school choice website, or blogs that are on our school choice website, and share that with other people if it's something that's meaningful to you, and get them interested in this issue of school choice. Once they get linked into that and they start seeing this on Facebook or Twitter, that type of thing, then you can urge them, hey, why don't you go to our website and sign the pre-petition and learn more about our school choice. So sharing is very, very important, so we urge people to do that. And the next slide, I want to also urge you to volunteer. And probably the most important thing that we need to do right now is we need to establish leadership in each county. And I'll be honest with you, our county, San Bernardino County, is a very large county. To have one chair try to cover the entire county is very difficult. We probably need to have at least 3 people who are kind of coordinators for the different areas of our county. But then, once we get there, we also need to have team leaders in every type of possible organization that's interested in school choice. So this may be churches, this may be civic groups, it may be political groups, it may be various types of private, charter, homeschools, those type of things. Homeschool co-ops. I've actually had a number of people who have worked as team leaders within their homeschool co-op that are sharing the message of school choice. And basically, some of the things that a team leader can do are recruit others to sign the pre-petition. They can also inform others about what's going on in the school choice events, activities, and when the initiatives become available, notifying people, going out and actually collecting signatures, recruiting people to collect signatures. So there's a whole lot that a team leader can do. But the concept is that we want to have team leaders in all these different organizations, churches and schools and civic groups, political groups. And then the next slide, you can also volunteer in many other different ways. Some of the other ways that you can volunteer is being a recruiter. Just going throughout your neighborhood, maybe just down the block and say, hey, are you interested in school choice? Give them a little flyer and say, hey, would you like to sign the pre-petition? So, you know, if all of us can reach out to 10 or 20 people, we could have a great impact throughout this state in terms of spreading this news about school choice and urging people to sign the petition. You could also be an ambassador, host a table. You know, many schools will have an open night for parents, and if you can get there and begin to make contacts with parents, tell them about school choice, urge them to sign the pre-petition, that type of thing. You could also have a table at a church. You could have a table at a political group, a civic group meeting. One of the things that's going on right now that's very popular is we have a lot of rallies, freedom rallies that are going on throughout California. And we have been tag teaming with the Recall Gavin Newsom groups and freedom rallies where people are urging the government to reopen. And we found a lot of supporters for school choice within that because many of them are disgruntled parents. They don't have their kids actually back in school learning in the classroom. So these are some different ways that you can be. You can also help connect us with school administrators in your private schools and also within the charter schools and parent-teacher associations and that type of thing. You can host an event in your home or at your church, like we're doing here tonight, where we get the news out about school choice. You can also be, like I said, a county chair. And we need to recruit more county chairs throughout the state of California. So next slide. So the other thing I wanted to just talk about there, you can also be active on social media, telling people about school choice. You can also write in the print media, writing letters to the editors, okay? And another thing to think about is being a speaker. Not everybody is able to speak comfortably in front of large groups, but there are opportunities for you to go to your school board meetings, and they have an open public comment section of the school board meetings, 2 to 3 minutes that allow people to get up and speak, and you can put in a good word for school choice and why we need it. And it's good to let these school board trustees know about that, okay? You can, as we get closer to the time where we're starting to collect, we need to collect ballot initiative signatures, we need to disseminate those, and then recollect them once they're signed, and then also just marketing and database entry. So these are all different ways that you can volunteer with the school choice movement. Now I will tell you that outside in their foyer we have some packets, and I put together some packets for just people who want to just do some volunteering. And it has about 20, 25 school choice flyers in there. It also has some sheets that you can urge people to sign the pre-petition. Okay? And so just take one of those packets, take it home, go to your church and say, hey, pastor, can I set up a table? Or hey, my principal, is it okay to set up a school choice table on parent night? And you can collect signatures. Get those back to me. It's got my card in there. And then we'll get those signers into our database, into the school choice database. So finally, I just wanted to summarize that you can also donate. We're going to need a lot of money to get this on the ballot. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to make huge contributions, but if everybody could donate small dollar contributions, $5, $10, $20, something on a monthly basis, it has a great impact because in terms of fundraising for big initiatives like this, the more small dollar donors that you have that are giving, the easier it is to recruit large dollar donors to throw in big sums of money to help get this initiative on the ballot. So this is one of the ways that you can do that, and it's very easy. You can do that on the website directly. You'll see on that top right-hand corner, next to the sign of the pre-petition, you can also donate. So one of the things I want to do, and I think Lawrence talked about this a few minutes ago, is I want you to consider this. Consider the savings. If you're planning on sending your kids to a private school, K-12 education, think of how much that's going to cost per year to do that. What if we could get school choice passed before your kid graduates? Then that would be immediate savings for you in terms of being able to capture those state education dollars and being able to use that to cover the tuition for your private school. Okay. Also, I want you to consider the long-term benefits that this is going to have for our kids in this state. It's going to improve the quality of education. It's going to improve the access that parents have to getting their kids out of the failing government schools, okay? And then also consider the benefits of the kingdom of God. You know, one of the things that's very important to me is to be able to give as many kids as possible the opportunity to get a Christian education, whether it be at a private Christian school or a Christian-based home education. That is very, very important, and this could have a tremendous impact on our kids in terms of learning important moral principles, important relationship with God, and that type of thing. So, like I said, let's go to the next slide. Remember that school choice is not a partisan issue. And believe me, when you talk to your friends and colleagues and coworkers, this is not a hard sell. When you tell them about school choice and what it does, what our initiative will do, it is not a hard sell. Many of them would be very, very supportive. Okay? And also, remember that we have Democrats, Republicans, Libertarians, Independents, of all different party politics who are supporters of school choice. And numerous studies have been done. And I think Doug mentioned this. Numerous studies have been shown that wherever they've implemented school choice, in states, counties, localities, it has always improved the quality of education, not just in the private and the charter schools, but also in the public schools. So this can have a great impact in improving the quality of our schools. So basically, in a nutshell, when we think of school choice, what happens is the public, private, charter, and homeschool are all competing, and that competition creates improvement in quality of education, and the kids will win.